Namaskaram to all, and welcome to the next session of the Vande Guru Paramparam series. Today, we have amongst us a very rare breed of a musician who is trained in not just one but three styles of music: the Carnatic style, the Hindustani style, as well as the light music style of music that we know in India. Vidushi K R Shyama. Ma'am, welcome to the
Namaskaram.
Vande Guru Paramparam series.
Namaskaram.
Vidushi K R Shyama has been under the tutelage of great gurus like Santamma, Dr. K Omanakutty teacher, Ramesh Narayanan sir, and she is currently working as the assistant professor in the Department of Music, Government College for Women, Trivandrum. She has won innumerable awards and has performed at various national and international venues. She's currently submitted her thesis, a doctoral thesis, on the contribution of SANGEETA LAHARI Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavathar. And for those of you, I'm not sure how many of you have seen this album that released last year on the poetry collection of Gagan Gill, which was set on the backdrop of the war in Iraq, that she has composed music and sung a very beautiful piece called Dil Jale Hain. So those of you who haven't heard it must definitely catch it in YouTube. It's available on YouTube. So, ma'am, I'll again extend my warm welcome to you for this series, and I'm really happy to have you for this.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I am so happy and honored to be here.
Thank you, ma'am. So, as ma'am, the title of the session itself is Sangeeta Lahari. So, I would try to limit my talk here and would want to hear you sing for most of the session. Ma'am, so to begin with, at least I'll give a bit of a context, and then maybe, ma'am, you can take over. As I said in the introduction, you have been trained under eminent gurus in the Carnatic style, in the Hindustani style, and also you have an experience in the light music. So, ma'am, if you could demonstrate, maybe taking up a few ragas or something like that, if you could demonstrate how do you approach music in these three styles, it will be great for our Vasikas, ma'am. Thanks.
Definitely. Yeah, as I was introduced, yes, I was, what? I have learned two genres of classical music, both Hindustani and Carnatic. First, of course, I have learned Carnatic music from Dr. K Omanakutty. I had a strong base in Carnatic before I started Hindustani. So I think whoever who wants to learn more than one genres, you should have a strong base in one before going to another. So today I'll demonstrate how you change over, or how you bring different bhavas, or how you bring different systems of Carnatic and Hindustani through almost the same set of swaras. I thought I'll take most commonly known ragas, Yaman in Hindustani and Kalyani in Carnatic. You know that it takes all the except for the Ma, takes all the Shuddha swaras. So to start off, I've taken swaras like da, ni, ra, ga ra sa. Now we will see how to do this swaras in Carnatic music. Tan na na ra 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 ram ra ra ram ra 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 You can see that Hindustani, as we all know, Hindustani goes swara by swara and Carnatic goes phrase by phrase. When I sang da ma da sa, the same swaras ne da ma da ni sa will be, when we sing in Carnatic, will be ne sa ni re ni da pa ma pa da ni sa ni. It won't be single swaras, it will be phrases. Ne re da re sa ni, ne re da ma da na ra ra na no ra ra no ra na na ra ra na ra na re 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 na na no na ra na ra ra na. Now I've taken a little swaras higher than that. Ne re ga ma ga ma ga pa ma ma ga re ne ra ga sa ra na na ra na na no ra na na no ra ro na ra na ra na ga ma da ni. See, in Hindustani we use ni, this what to say, the kan swara na ra na ra re 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 na ra re na 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 re re ra ra na re na na ra na ra ha अब आए मोरे शुभ दिन अब आए मोरे शुभ दिन हरि सखी मोरे मनवा कहते हैं आए मोरे शुभ दिन गाय 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 रे माँ गमदनी पा गमदनी मणि पर निरगमर गासा मोर शुभ. So everything, even the swaras, I feel that it is sung in a very, very loose manner. Ne, ne, even the pronunciation, it's not ni, it's ne. Ne, ra, ra, ni, re, ga, 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 re, ga, 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 re, ga, re, sa, ni. Nere gama re zani zapama re zani nere da pama pa da ni za da ni za re zani re zani za da ni za ni ra pama pa da ni za re ne nere gama ama 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 gama ga 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 ma ga ga ma re ga re ga re za ni re ga ga re ga re ga re ga re ga re ga ma ma re re ga ma ni ra ba ma re ga ma ni ra ba ma re ga ma ni ra ba ma re ga 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 re ga ni re ga ga re za ni re ga ma ba ma re ga. Hindustani we use more nere nere gama dhani pa. Without the aroha goes like without sa and pa. Nere gama pani nere gama dhani sa ni pa ma ga pa ma re ga re ga sa. So now we will see how this has been used in film songs. A lot of film songs. I have taken Hindi film songs and some Malayalam songs. I'll go with first in Malayalam songs. One of the beautiful songs in Kalyani is നിമിഷത്തിൻ്റെ നിർവൃതിയിൽ ഞാനൊരാവണിത്തിന്നലായി മാറിയേ ആ നിമിഷത്തിൻ്റെ നിർവൃതിയിൽ ഞാനൊരാവണിത്തിന്നലായി മാറിയേ ആയിരമുന്മാദരാത്രികൾ തൻ ഗന്ധം ആത്മതലത്തിൽ തുളുമ്പി ആത്മതലത്തിൽ തുളുമ്പി ആ നിമിഷത്തിൻ്റെ നിർവൃതിയിൽ ഞാനൊരാവണിത്തിന്നലായി മാറി. Mannilum Kalyani mostly it brings out bhavas like bhakti and then shringaram. Most film songs have taken it in the form of shringaram, love songs mostly in Kalyani, like I think I'll change the shruti a bit. एहसान तेरा होगा मुझ पर दिल चाहता है वो कहने दो मुझे, तुमसे मोहब्बत हो गई है मुझे, पलकों की छाँव में रहने दो, एहसान तेरा होगा मुझ पर। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, संकेत मिलन का भूल न जाना, मेरा प्यार न बिसराना। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना। മണ്ണിലും വിണ്ണിലും തൂണിലും തുറുമ്പിലും ദൈവമിരിക്കുന്നു, അവൻ കരുണാമയനായി കാവൽ വിളക്കായി കരളിലിരിക്കുന്നു. This one is a bhakti ragam, bhakti song in Kalyani. Then you have this அம்மா என்றழைக்காத உயிரில்லையே, அம்மாவை வணங்காத உணர்வில்லை. That beautiful song in Tamil, Ilayaraja song. தண்ணீரிட்ட கினாக்கள் தன் தாமரமாலவானாய் വിളിച്ചിട്ടും വരുന്നില്ല വിരുന്നുകാരൻ. Then സ്വർണ്ണ ചാമരം വീശിയെത്തുന്ന സ്വപ്നമായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ, സ്വർഗസീമകളും അവയ്ക്കുന്ന സ്വപ്നമായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ. See, Swarna Chamaram, aa nimishathinte, all this comes under the Hindustani style, I felt. The Mannilum Vinnilum. Then one more song is Swarganandini, Swargaviharini, Ishtadevate Saraswati. This one is in Pakka Carnatic style. All the others I felt, in those have been composed in the Hindustani way. Then in Hindi we have some sad songs in this. भूली हुई यादों मुझे इतना ना सताओ, अब चैन से रहने दो, मेरे पास ना भूली हुई यादों. It's a beautiful song which had a sad touch in Kalyani, in Yemen. I feel I don't have to elaborate on how the different styles. Do I?
No, ma'am. I think this is. I think you very beautifully brought about. How the at least the Hindustani and Carnatic style. You very beautifully brought about how these are approached. In terms of the way they approach the swaras, the way they approach the alap. So I think, ma'am, that itself is a proof to those two styles. And light music, from what I understand.
One thing I feel lacking in Hindustani is our beautiful compositions. Those compositions, not that elegance and the beauty of that majestic compositions.
Correct.
That thing they lack in Hindustani. We have those.
I think also, ma'am, like for example, for the Hindustani kind of music, of course, they focus a lot more on the musicality and less on the
on the raga. Yeah, ours is more composition based, and theirs is more raga based.
Correct.
Even in kacheris, they choose ragas instead of compositions.
Yes,
We
and
choose
which is why
compositions. Yeah.
correct, ma'am. And which is why even if you take a few Tyagaraja Kritis itself in Kalyani, Tyagaraja will describe the Rama coming, the Rama going,
Mm.
different aspects of Rama itself in Kalyani. So he will
Mm.
employ all these elegances in the Kritis itself. I think that gives some additional flavor to the Carnatic compositions. And as you rightly said, ma'am, in film music you have a mix of both, depending upon what you choose.
Yeah,
Both types.
it depends on the bhavam of the lyrics.
Correct.
What the lyrics need.
Right.
That is what they bring out in the
Absolutely.
music. So
Absolutely, ma'am.
it
Absolutely.
naturally it has to go with the
Yeah.
lyrics.
Correct. Ma'am, but when you prepare, like for example, you are going for a, like it was so easily, effortlessly you translated between the Yaman and the Kalyani, the approach that you take in the Hindustani and the Carnatic style. But for students who are learning these two styles, or for singers who are trying to do both these styles, ma'am, how do they like? Is there some possibility that these will get mixed also at times, like when they are trying to do a
Yes,
Kalyani Alap?
it does. Yes, it does. That is what I said in at the beginning, that you have to have a strong base. I recommend in Carnatic music to begin to learn something else. Because in Carnatic music we learn all the kind of gamaka rahita, gamaka vihina, and with
Yeah,
less gamaka, with lot of gamaka like Todi, Bhairavi, everything is gamaka based. Then Garuda Dhwani, we don't use gamaka, Kadana Kutuhalam.
right,
So
right,
we are trained in both. Our throats are trained so in such a way that we can produce music without gamakam, with gamakam, with less gamakam, with lot of gamakam. So that
right.
is the thing. That is why we Carnatic musicians, maybe I won't say that it's perfect. I won't say that we are sing what we sing when we sing Hindustani. It's perfect. No. It won't come like what they do. But still, we can give it a try because we are trained in such a way.
Right.
That's
And
what
ma'am,
I.
ultimately, what you're also saying is that you get the voice trained, and
Mm.
ultimately, it's up to you to use that voice in whichever way that flexibility should be there, or the musician should maintain that flexibility with him, rather
Yeah,
than the voice getting suited only for one kind of music. I, at
that is.
least,
Yeah.
at least
It's
you're an
better.
example who's singing all the three styles so effortlessly. So I think it should be possible.
It is definitely possible. And Hindustani gives more training to the lighter, to sing the lighter songs,
Right. Right.
isn't it? The voice production is in a different way.
Correct.
The- See, the voice itself, it changes when you sing the
Yeah.
gamaka based Carnatic, and then the Hindustani. So
Right. Ma'am, as we were discussing, you were also mentioning about this other commonality between, say, a Madhyamavati or a Meg or something. Would you like to demonstrate something around that?
yeah, I thought, see, Madhyamavati and Meg are two ragas in different styles, Hindustani and Carnatic, which takes the same notes. Sa, re, sa, ji, ma, pa, ni, sa, sa, re, pa, ma, re, sa, Madhyamavati. But when it comes to Meg, it takes the same swaras, Chadurshuddha Rishabham, Shuddha Madhyamam, and Kaishigi Nishadam. Because of the gamakas, it gives a totally different color to it. That we all know that Madhyamavati here is a Mangala Ragam, and there in Hindustani it is a rain. It's connected with the rainy season. It's a
Yeah.
seasonal raga.
Yeah.
Ne, sa, re, ne, pa, ni, sa, ne, sa, re, ma, ma, pa, re, pa, re, sa, re, ma, pa, ma, pa, ni, re, ne, sa, re, 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 See the change? Na, ra, na, 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 ra, 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 re, ra, na, 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 ra. That gamakam, that glide from re, I think that is what gives that make
Yeah,
that color.
beautiful, beautiful.
Re, re. See how the gamakas can bring out such a drastic change. Re, 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 ma, re, za, 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 ni, za, re, ma, re, za, ni, 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 za, ni, pa, ni, za, ri, ma, ri, re, re, ma, ba, re, za, ri, ma, ba, ni, re, ba, ni, za, ri, ma, ba, ni, 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 za, ni, pa, ma, ba, ni, re, ma, ba, ni, ma, ba, ni, re, re, pa, ni, pa, sa, ma, re, re, na.
Beautiful, man. Amazing, amazing. I think you're right. I think it is also many scholars speak about that aspect that the gamakas are a very essential aspect of the Carnatic style of music, and that itself changes the flavor
Even the
of the.
emotions, yeah, the
Yeah,
emotion itself can be changed with the gamakam.
correct. And the moment you apply the gamaka, ma'am, many times, especially when you sang this, the moment in the Dri you apply the gamaka itself, it gives a majesty
True.
to the ragam, which is
Yeah,
very different. When you just approach the Re plane and you apply the gamaka, the majesty itself changes,
yeah, yeah.
in the atmosphere. Beautiful, ma'am, beautiful. Ma'am, you have also submitted your thesis on the contributions of Sangeeta Kalanidhi Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavathar.
Yeah.
So, of course, he's been such a great legend, and so many people have so many things to say about his music, about his style, his strong voice, which could reach till the end of how many thousands of people sitting.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
from your research, ma'am, if you could share some insights out of your research work, and also if you could sing some compositions of his tuned by him or something, that will be great.
See, about his voice, I mean, while doing my thesis, I came to know some things, a few things that helped him. I think that helped him develop such a voice and to maintain. Yes, of course, it gave difficulty for him 2-3 times, maybe because he was singing too open. He didn't he didn't control his voice at all at any time of his concert until the end of his the last concert. His voice was the same. The
Right.
openness was there. So he he used to practice in this way. Early in the morning, the first thing what he will do after waking up, just sit straight in the bed and then sing akaram. I mean, no, not akaram, the alankarams and janta varishas, all the varishas in mudrita gamaka. It
Ah,
opens up the throat, and he says the whole day the voice will be open if you sing like this. Not just that, he used to sing this the
oh,
like
oh, wow,
the lam and the madri. So he
amazing.
used to practice all this. And then another thing is, uh, during his younger days, he used to do jala sadhagam in Nila Nadi, and he used to walk 3-4 miles a day per day early in the morning, give you all those things, that exercise, the Jalasadagam, the everyday practice. His father
Yeah.
was very strict. Father was utterly strict with him. So some of the punishment is very interesting. He was made to eat a small ball of cow dung. Otherwise, he had to endure whacking. So
Right.
he went for that whacking instead of this cow dung. And then
Right.
other punishment he used to give is sit under a cot, and then our head will be like this. No, we can't raise up our head, and he'll be asked. Both the children, both his brother and the Chembai, both of them will be made to sing Melstha Ivarisha in this position. அந்த மாதிரி. So maybe all these things, his
Yeah.
father was very strict.
Hmm.
I think we all should be strict with our children if we want our children to
Right.
become
Right.
something,
Correct.
isn't it?
Correct.
Um,
And also, ma'am, he had an abandon on the stage, right? He was
yeah,
so
yeah.
free.
He used to sing with 3 violins, 2 mridangams and all. Even then, his voice could reach
Amazing. Amazing.
only one
Amazing.
mic. Mm.
Yeah.
And there was an incident when in a Kalyana Kacheri, some Nagaswaram concert was going just beside the temple or something. And then, even with that, his voice could be heard when he started.
Right.
Nagaswaratoda,
Correct.
it could
Right.
be heard.
Right. Amazing.
So,
Amazing, ma'am. And also, ma'am, his association with the temple of Guruvayur, that is, it is legendary.
yeah,
The kind of association he's been having
yeah.
with the temple of
That
Guruvayur.
everybody knows. So he was
Correct.
ardent
Correct.
devotee of Guru Vairappan.
And also, ma'am, in this connection itself, he has popularized many songs on
Of
the Lord of
Lalita
Guruvayur
Dasa.
itself, right?
Mostly most people know that he had done only of Lalita Dasas, T.G. Krishnayas, his
Right.
childhood
Right.
acquaintance.
Right.
So he has done kritis of some other composers also.
Okay.
One
Okay.
is of my Vaidyanatha Vaidyanatha Nambudiri, who
Okay.
the Vaidyan who had
Who cured him for his
cured
throat
him
problem.
of his throat infection.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he has composed it in a ragamalik of 2 ragas.
Okay.
Vande Badarinatham Sundara Susmita Vadanam Nadam Vande Badarinatham. And then there is Meenakshi Suta's kritis. He has composed, I've taken only one of those. A few
Right.
of Meenakshi Suta's kritis also he has done. One
Okay.
Nrityati Mama Hridaye, a Ragamalika. It's also a Ragamalika in 3 ragas, Ananda Bhairavi, Mohanam and Neelambari.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the ending ragam is Neelambari.
Okay. Okay. Sure, ma'am. Yeah.
I'll sing a
Yes.
that song.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
नृत्यति मम हृदये राजेश्वरी नृत्यति मम हृदये नृत्यति मम हृदये राजेश्वरी नृत्यति मम हृदये कस्तूरी तिलकाङ्कितभाला जाति चम्बक मुकुटितकेश कमनीयाञ्जनालङ्कृतकेश नवचम्बक पुष्पाभसुलाभाय नृत्यति मम हृदये राजेश्वरी नृत्यति मम हृदये नवयौवनजित मानसमोहन मञ्जुलकुवलय मङ्गलरूप नवयौवनजित मानसमोहन मंजुल कुवलय मंगलरूप कनकांगद केयूर विभूष कनकांगद केयूर विभूष कमर काश्मीर गरुवासित देह नृत्यति मम हृदये राजितनूपुर मेघलकार लास्यानन्द सुधारसमग्न नित्यानन्द सुखास्पद श्रीपद सायुज प्रद पाद सरोज नृत्यति मम हृदये राजेश्वरी नृत्यति मम हृदये. This one, what I Ananda Bhairavi, the choosing of the ragas, about the choosing of ragas, Ananda Bhairavi is Bhakti Bhavam. What I came to this thing is, I'll just read the thing. The composition starts with Ananda Bhairavi. The raga is replete with Bhakti Bhava, where the composer prays to the goddess to be always there in his heart. The composer visualizes the Devi's beautiful form that makes him happy, and this emotion is conveyed by the use of gaiety mohana.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, at the end, the composer finds eternal peace through his undivided bhakti, and this is expressed with the soulful Neelambari.
Neelambari.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's how that may be how he chose these three ragas. Yeah. And then we have actually this composition is of A. N. Iyer, not Meenakshi Sudhar. A. N. Iyer is a brother of T.G. Krishna.
Okay.
So he has also composed kritis. Then we have very, very like Randukala kritis. Khana Gambhira kritikal nu parayille. Khana Gambhira kriti undu. பொன் பெருமையை என்றும் புகழ்வேனோ நானும் பெருமையை என்றும் புகழ்வேனோ நான் புகழ்ந்து புகழ்ந்து மனம் மகிழ்வேனோ நானும் பெருமையை என்றும் புகழ்வேனோ. இந்த மாதிரி he has done to Rendakala Kritis also.
Okay.
And then there are lighter songs like Nanda 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 Lahari Bhaja Bhaja Sundari Nanda 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 Lahari Bhaja Bhaja Sundari Nanda Nandana Vrindavane Muda Viharanti Vrindavane Muda Viharanti Vrindavane Muda Viharanti Kantyavanam Prakashayanti Vrindavane Muda Viharanti Kantyavanam Prakashayanti Nandanandana Nanda Lahari Bhaja Bhaja Sundari. I think I'll sing the whole song. Rasamandala Nayika Mridu Hasanindita चन्द्रिका रासमण्डल नायिका मृदुहास निन्दित चन्द्रिका मृदुहास निन्दित चन्द्रिका वासुदेव प्राणाधिकां ललिता दासनूदां राधिकां वासुदेव प्राणाधिकां ललिता दासनूदां राधिकां नन्दनन्दनानन्द लहरी भजे व्रज सुन्दरी नन्द नन्दना नन्दनन्दना 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 नन्दनन्दना
Amazing, man. Amazing. Beautiful. We just want to keep hearing to this music itself for the rest of the time. I don't even feel like talking.
So he has composed all these varieties of kridis, almost around 120 kridis of T.G. Krishna,
Wow. Wow.
in addition to Meenakshi Sudhar and the other composers.
Beautiful. Ma'am, there is one question that has come, especially on the Carnatic and the Hindustani style, that when you take up the Carnatic style, typically you have the mridangam, the ghatam, the ganjira, a lot of percussion-based instruments you typically have. But typically on the musical side, you are maybe accompanied only by the violin, most of the cases. On the contrary, if you see the Hindustani style, you would only have the tabla to keep pace with the music, but the musicality side would be a bit more heavier. You would have harmonium, sasaro, the sarangi, or something like that also addition, or maybe just a harmonium and the musicians singing. So do you see this innate difference? Is it because of the our music giving a bit more the pradhanam to layam, the laya pradhana aspect being more?
Laya pradhanam. Our music is laya pradhanam. You see, even our children start singing with the talam, no? With this, it is in the chattakudu of talam that we start learning music. Hindustani, there is no such thing. Even there are alangaras, sa re ga re ga ma ga ga, and the progression of the talam is not like ours. 1, then 2, then 4, then 8. It doesn't go like that, no. You can increase the speed as your convenience, as for your convenience. So Hindustani, and we even start singing with the tabla, where once we start learning the khayals, cheeses and all, the tabla is a must in Hindustani. Yeah, maybe because this layam aspect is much more pakka to Carnatic than in Hindustani. Even the
which is also the reason probably, ma'am, you have the Taniya Vartanam and other aspects in our music, which highlight a lot of the layam, the layam.
They do have this improvisation with tabla sometimes, no? That the musician and the tablist do have conversation like parts in Hindustani also. But that depends on the musician also.
Correct.
That's what, when he gives a pattern, then he develops, and then it's a question answer type, not like a pakka rhythmic arrangement. Yeah.
Right. Ma'am, I think it's been great. The last 40-45 minutes, I don't know how it went by. We just feel like hearing you all the time. It's such beautiful music. It was an amazing session, ma'am. I hope in the future we are able to get you again for many more such sessions, which will be, I'm sure all our listeners will enjoy this kind of a session, and I'm sure you will be happy to come back for these kind of sessions in the future.
And a real very thank you to you. And I hope what I said was okay. I won't say that it's completely into the up to the mark. I don't know whatever I did. It's depending on my knowledge and how I could produce it. So I
Absolutely, ma'am.
hope you all. I hope
At
it
the end of
was
the day, ma'am,
enjoyed.
each person's experience is what speaks through. I think when you speak from your experience, is always from the truth that you
Yeah,
speak about. So,
it was great being with you. Great
thanks a
being
lot,
with
ma'am.
you.
Thank you for this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So, Rasikas, as we saw, a beautiful Sangeeta Sandhya. So, this was an experiment, not just to have a musical evening, but to have some charcha and include a lot of the musicality. So, this was a sort of an innovative way which I wanted to experiment, and we could do that with Vidushi K R Shyama. I'm sure all of you enjoyed this. Please do keep watching the Subhu's Corner on the FB page as well as the YouTube channel. We shall come up with many more such innovative projects, innovative experiments for you in the coming future. So, till the next session, namaskar.